And that's why I love teenagers, because teenagers are like, they'll call you out on it. You know what I mean? They'll say, is there hypocrisy here? Because we can sniff it out, because that's our job. Now, that's what teenagers do.
Take the time to remind yourself that it all starts inside yourself.
Wake up feeling stuck every day, then you gotta realize that it's all in your mindset. Read about the meditation, you go get around to it, you just haven't had the time. Yeah, I bet. Best thing that you could invest in is you could have the results or could have the excuse. Only one life, so take care of what you choose. And I ain't preaching, I'm just telling you the truth. Wake up.
Hello, and welcome to Bombastik Broadcasting with Kat, Kim, and Sue.
As you know, here at Bombastik Broadcasting, we believe in shining the light on all things bombastic and illuminating the folks who are stoking the fire in their souls, one podcast at a time. And continuing our showcase of the Global Conscious Parenting Summit, coming to you on August 8th online for all to attend, free. Can't believe that. Tons of parenting coaches, tons of useful information for everyone. So put that on the calendar. Come right now. We want to introduce to you yet another phenomenal coach that's going to be presenting at this conference. This is Radha Lee, the fabulous, fantastic Radha Lee. And she is coming to us from South Florida. You're glowing in the sunshine shade state over there, Radha.
Thank you.
And I love it. Her business name, In Essence, which is beautiful.
Thank you.
We'll let her expand on that. But she'll be focusing at the summit, focusing on Not Your Parents' Playbook is a little thing that she's put together, and just really concentrating on teen and tween parenting. So exciting. So good. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be here with you, beautiful ladies. Just the name, Bombastic, it gets you in the mood to chat. I love it. So thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. Radha, we Not Your Parents' Playbook. That is a fantastic tagline. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure. So my practice, which is called In Essence Coaching, is primarily a conscious parenting coaching practice. And that's what I love to do, is talk to families and parents. But because of my particular upbringing, I do focus on families that bridge two different cultures, like immigrant families or people that maybe marry into a different culture or a different, environment, because those parents have a lot of special challenges, because you really kind of have a lot on your plate and there's a lot going on. So I help people kind of tease out some of those things as well. So when I say Not Your Parents' Playbook, it's like people are really trying to figure out like what to hold on to, and what to let go of as they move forward. And it's hard to know, it's hard to know what to carry with you and what's kind of served its purpose and ready to let go of. So I'm going to try to get into some of that during the workshop.
Wow. Wow, that is very interesting.
Big subject, right?
A lot of mom wants this and dad wants this, and this is how it should be done.
That's right.
So,
and grandmas
right.
and grandpas and everybody's got their 2 cents, right?
But yeah, that's, exactly what it is. It's like there's so many shoulds and so many rules. And you kind of think, oh, no, this is how it's done. And so I have to kind of do this for my kids. But what you don't realize is a lot of those shoulds are just like old news, like inherited kind of stories that we just kind of trickle down, and we don't even take the time to really look at them and examine them and say, like, what am I doing? What are we doing here? Mm-hmm. And so that's why and that's why I love teenagers, because teenagers are like, they'll call you out on it. You know what I mean? They'll say, is there hypocrisy here? Because we can sniff it out, because that's our job. That's what teenagers do.
I love it.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, though. It's good for us. It seems like a challenge, like a bad one almost, but it's like if you like let them in and kind of humble yourself, it's the best time to really take like a shot forward in your personal growth. It really is, I think.
I love the exuberance you're coming to us with this about, like, especially that like teenage spirit that can get a little bit like, whew, puts you in your place, and you're like, shouldn't I be the parent here? Or, those are some of the things maybe I learned from my family and my culture, where don't lose control of your child. which is so ironic because so much of it is like, now we're over controlling and everything is slipping through our fingers because we're trying to hold on to everything so tight.
Right.
So, can you talk about that?
How do you know? How you don't know. The whole thing is trying to know will always, or just trying to perfect it, well, you just shoot yourself in the foot because the question you asked, like about control, I think so much of working with these particular groups is about loss of control. Because, when you move to a new environment or a new country or things are different than they always were, people have this almost like panic, this like scarcity feeling, and this just like panic that things are slipping away, that they used to be a certain way and now they can't hold on to that. So it just makes them kind of like dig down deeper, like dig their heels in, and clamp down on the kids even more. And it's like, coming from that kind of environment myself, I think it's so important to kind of to really say, is control really what we're looking for here? Is more control the answer, or is it really just like the opposite?
Right. Radha, I'm guessing you come from a multicultural environment, and I'm wondering if you've always wanted to go into this sort of field because of that.
Yeah, so I'm Indian American. So, kind of like a famously like high achieving, kind of intense community,
Right.
Yeah, very like,
Yeah.
let's go by the rules and da da da. I'm a physician, actually. So I'm a doctor and I'm still practicing. So I think, I had a lot of like pressures to do things a certain way, to play by the playbook. But eventually I realized that like just doing that checklist, was like, there was no prize at the end of the checklist. You know what I mean? Like, you can keep doing things for other people because you think you're supposed to, but until you kind of like zoom out and realize, hey, like, I have to go on the inward journey, not just this kind of outward journey. And I think that was like a big turning point for me, where I thought, I have to, now that I know this, I just have to like scream it from the rooftops.
Oh,
beautiful.
Was there a certain like turning point for you where you just were like, I have to do something differently? Or did it just gradually come your way?
I mean, I think I was always exposed to Eastern like spiritual stuff. So I knew that I wanted to like do it for myself, but to do it as a practice, it was kind of a turning point. I think I was like, practicing medicine has been, awesome, and it's been great and such a privilege to work with patients and all of that. But at some point I was like, I just felt like, again, it was just this like doing, rushing, achieving, and always like, and even the things I was telling other people, I'm like, the answers are out there. Like the other medicine, the other this, the other that. It was always like this grasping.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I have to just get out of this whole like framework. And I just want to like flip the script on the whole thing. And I really felt like people could relate to that because I work with a lot of like working moms, and people get it. They get what I mean when I say that, like, you just do and you do and you do, and it's still kind of like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
No,
100%.
until
There's
you
got to
kind
be
of
a better way.
you got to push the brakes on it, and like really, people need help and guidance, to sometimes just see themselves and see the beauty of their own journey. And I mean, that's really what I believe in, and like why I wanted to be here, why I want to do the work.
That's so great. And do you have children?
I do. I have a 15-year-old and an 11. So we're going to call her a tween. Yeah.
Yes. Lots of fun coming up. That's for sure.
They're like
always
the biggest little jerks at that age, but they're also so like hilarious, right? And like so full of wisdom.
That's so great.
So full of wisdom.
playfulness about this is making me so happy. you do have this contagious, joyfulness about you, Radha. It's so cool.
I mean, I love it. I really love it. I do.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Do you surprise yourself at how much you love it sometimes?
Say that again?
Do you surprise yourself at how much you love it sometimes? Did you always know that you wanted to be like this joyful parent?
This like conscious parenting stuff or being a parent?
Or even being a parent?
Being a parent? Being a parent is like the ultimate like mind bend, It's just like every day. And that's like the whole point of conscious parenting, because it's like everybody, again, it's like everyone thinks like later I'm gonna like figure this all out, or like later I'll find balance. Like it's not for me right now. I'm too busy, or I have little kids. Like who has time for that? It's always like something down the road. But that's like the whole hook of conscious parenting. It's like, no, guys, like being a parent is like the greatest hook into the spiritual journey, because your kid is like right there in front of you all the time. So you have like no choice. Well, you do have it. You can just completely just stay on the train and then throw your kids on the train. Everybody's just chugging along. Or you can kind of like be like, hello, there's this like teacher in front of me, this kid. And you can grasp the opportunity and like really change your life. I mean, that's what kills me. It's like, it doesn't have to be later. It can be right now,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, right now is actually life, right?
Right.
Later
like, and it's not like a privilege. It's not like something for privilege. It's like meditation, or like people think, oh, well, that's for like privileged people or like somebody else, but not me.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just it's not true. Like you can make space for it,
And you studied with Shefali Sabari, right?
Yes. So I did Dr. Shefali's Conscious Coaching Institute.
Okay. What drew you to her work?
I mean, she's so amazing. You've seen her talk? She's just so, I think sometimes you just feel it with somebody, and again, it's like 100%. All about that hook. Like I guess it doesn't really matter what brings you to the inner work, right? Not. Like it's going to be something.
The universe.
And she just reminded me at a certain stage in my life to just be like, to kind of have a beginner's mindset and just like reevaluate the path I was on, because I was just on this like path, and on paper it all seemed great, and everything. But I was like, no, there's got to be something more, And she just really was the one that. So I was lucky to find her, But there's so many ways in. There's so many ways into that thought process. This is just one of them.
And is it hard sometimes to explain to people that a lot of the time you just have to look inwards instead of trying to fix your child?
Who wants to do it even? Like who? Like at first it's just like, leave me alone. Like you don't even want to be with me at like a party now. Everyone's like, oh my God, don't talk. Don't even go near me. Just kidding. Yeah, it's like I can't stop talking about it. Like I just, of course it's hard. Of course everybody wants to. That's what I was saying about medicine too. It's like everybody wants something else to be the bad guy. Like you want to point a finger at something else. You want another explanation, So you go to another class or another thing or another this or that. And not only do you do it to yourself, now you do it to your kids. Your kids are in 400 activities and 5 million things. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Yes.
You got to at one point be like, I don't think this is it, guys. Like, I don't think more is more.
No. Running too fast. It's crazy.
They always say like, external more can never give you inner more. It's just like noise. And your kids are like, they're like obviously telling you like, leave me alone. Like they know what feels right, but we won't let them feel it. We're like, actually, no, you have to be here at 4:30 and we're like, nuts. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. What's a new sport you want to try this year? What about taking guitar lessons? You're going to be well-rounded. Where are you going to volunteer?
For
what,
real.
are you tired? Do you need some blood work? Why don't you want to take on more? Right? You need more vitamins? It's so weird. But I think this brings us to a great point of like, you're in essence coaching. I mean, everybody, I think that is such a beautiful name, right? Because I was thinking just the other day how I'm trying to simplify my life and just like get the essence, like constantly editing the things in my life, like boiling it down to the things that really make me happy at this stage in my life. And it's exhausting and really fun all at the same time. So is that kind of what you're coaching, you know, as you're saying in essence, are you trying to help parents get to, you know, like the purity of what it's all about?
Yeah. And, you know, kids are the perfect teacher for that, you know? It's almost like they trigger us when they're just like rolling around in the sun, you know, like we're like, hey, what are you doing? You know? We don't even, not only are we not in essence, we are like, it takes a lot to calm the spirit enough to just see your kid's essence and let them kind of take you there, you know? We are so in resistance of being uncluttered, like you said, or, you know, kind of like simplified. All those words you used, we're so in resistance to it that when our kids just come to us, this kind of pure spirit, it's very hard. Like we talked about these other families and control. It's like you want to put it in a box. You want to take that and you're like, no, don't be in essence. Get in this little box where I can understand it. And I can put you on this little path so you can be like a doctor or an engineer or whatever. And like, check. You like can't resist it. It's like the glow is too bright. And so you have to almost like calm it's so much about letting go of your own anxieties so that you can even just let the kids shine, you know, in their essence.
Yeah. That's a lot of it. Hey, it's your own anxiety that you're like, well, if they're not a doctor, engineer, blah, 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 how are they going to be happy, have money,
blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's the happy. How are they going to be happy? Happy like me.
So many. Right. Yeah, look at me. Running like a hamster.
Happy like me, and then my mom and her mom before. Happy. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you help people get off that hamster wheel a little bit? Because, you know, even as you're saying that, I remember when my daughter was, she's 18 now, but, you know, my mommy friend and I used to say, oh my gosh, like, we just need to roll around in the grass with them. You know, like when you said that, like roll around in the sunshine and we'd have to remind each other of it, which was so great. But then, you know, reality would come back and be like, oh my gosh, got to get ready for tomorrow. Have to make the dinner. Have to like wash the clothes. I didn't do that. Have to check the homework. How do we balance that as parents? Do you talk about that?
That's a great question. And I think you just have to constantly, it's just like a constant practice, like any other practice. You just recenter yourself. But yeah, we all have to do. We have to pay the bills, and we want our kids to pay the bills and eventually in their own lives, and we want to you know, kind of play the game of life. We all have to eat dinner and do the dishes and all this stuff, but like, can you come to it with a playfulness of spirit, you know, with a playfulness and kind of a willingness to let things be what they are? Or are you at any like fear, are you going to just like clamp down into control, you know, and just, you know, or are you going to kind of feel that and say, hey, listen, like, is this an opportunity for me to let go right now? You know, how can I let go? And then teach my kids to also, yeah, we need to do our homework, but like, do we need to like do our homework? Like, no.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You know?
That's huge.
That's
helpful. Even just like make the dinner, you know, can everybody just come and chop a carrot or something, or just be like, oh, we're making the dinner now. It's like a mad busy time and no time to talk. And
it's an energy thing. It's like you want to do, that's the dance. That's the whole dance of this mindfulness and consciousness stuff, because we can't all like go sit on a mountain and meditate and like be detached from everything. But how can we kind of like draw from that energy though? Like how can that kind of be a goal instead of the goal being, I don't know what else, like some other thing that we thought we were striving towards, some kind of like really intense success story or whatever, this kind of happiness, constant happiness, all this weird stuff that you think you're going for. And then you're like, what am I even like? Is that really the goal here even? You know, so yeah, I think you just have to do it. You still have to do the homework and do this and do that, but you can do it with the playfulness, with a certain like open-mindedness, like a spiritual thinking instead of like a, you know, goal-oriented thinking.
Sure.
If you think about sort of the holidays, I'll just go with Thanksgiving. You know, everybody sort of gets into the kitchen and makes their little special dish or whatever, and it's so much fun. And yet we can't do that. We can't do that every night because everybody's too busy, sort of thing.
Yeah, you're saying we're all too
Why?
busy to necessarily always be in that energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're not really. We just think we are.
Right. No, and sometimes we are. Sometimes we are. And sometimes everything's not perfect and you can't just like la la la. Like that's true. But you know, then I ask you like why do we immediately go to that? Like, you know, that it's almost like you want to create a resistance right away. You're like, no, but sometimes I can't do that. You know, you have this
Right.
feeling, you know, where you're like,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no, but I can't. I'm really busy. It's like, okay. But like, how do you have to detach from that whole story? Like when you're so in your own checklist that your whole life feels like a chore, then your kids are going to feel like they're a chore to you.
Mm-hmm.
And everything you do and everything they do, you're like, oh, finish your dinner. Oh, do the dishes. Oh, do your homework. It's like, because your own life is this like never ending to-do list. And then, you know, so yeah, like you can do it, but you can do it with like a certain generosity of like your spirit and a certain, like lessening of the grip of control, even if you're busy, even if it's 10 minutes. And because I get it. I'm a working mom. I have 2 jobs now. But
yeah,
so even if it's 5 minutes that you spend with your kid, no one's saying spend the whole day rolling in the grass and making dinner. I mean, we can't do it. But even if you have 5 minutes, there's a way to spend 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you know, where you like seek that heart to heart connection. You know, it's hard for me. I mean, I talk all this talk, and even now I want to like go in my teenager's room and just bark at him. Are you ready for tomorrow? Did you pack your bed? Did you get it? Did you like, it's like, I want to do it too. I want to do, everyone wants to do it, but you have to, that's the practice. That's like literally my goal is to help people get out of that. So in those 5 minutes, instead, you can have a heart to heart connection with your child, a minute, you know, where you're out of that energy and they can feel your essence and you can feel theirs. And it just opens up everybody's lives. It really does.
Mm-hmm. Well, Radha, thank you so much for being on our podcast. This is absolutely fabulous. And here at Bombastik Broadcasting, we like to say that a rising tide lifts all boats. So tell us a little bit about your website and what you offer.
Yes. So my website is inessencecoach.com. And there you can find my access to my socials and just some more information about what it is that I'm doing. And I would love to hear from anybody that's interested in doing more of a deep dive into conscious parenting or just wanting to chat. You know, sometimes you just have to open up the conversation and then you just kind of see where it leads you. But I do one-on-one coaching. I also do some workshops. I do speaking engagements. So, yeah, I'm available. Reach out. My information is on my website, inessencecoach.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here.
Guys, it was so nice to be on the show, and I really, really enjoyed it.
We enjoyed you. You definitely have a contagious essence about you, which we really love, and I'm sure the listeners will too. So until you get to see Radha Lee and so many other beautiful coaches at the Global Conscious Parenting Summit.
Yeah, that's going to be a really great event. check it out if you can. There's a lot of really amazing speakers.
So until next time, be generous of spirit, be out of the energy of your checklist, and be in the essence of your playfulness.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. So much more in this world that you can do. Wake up. Every little thing in this life that you're going through don't mean a thing. Wake up. You keep shining. You keep grinding. Wake up. All is aligning. All you gotta do. Wake up. My man Mo said that the reason that the world fucked up is cause everybody lazy. Positivity is corny to them, but they still gon' complain about the bad going on. Shit crazy. So I just had to drop a little project. I don't know what the object is, but this feels good. If you too hood for the good vibes, sorry I ain't got nothing for you. Why should I?
You shouldn't. We out here doing the things that y'all wouldn't. Life could be a sweet ride, proof is in the pudding. These guys with the weak vibes, I'll show them where to put it. Down bad, I was looking for the answer. Mind all mad, taking over like a cancer. Canceled the sub plans, came from up above. Told me everything we doing, showing love, and I gotta
wake up. So much more in this world that you can do. Wake up. Every little thing in this life that you're going through don't mean a thing. Wake up. You keep shining. You keep grinding. Wake up. All is aligning. All you gotta do. Wake up.
I've been getting so high, head up in the clouds. I don't ever wanna come down, but I gotta
wake up.
Ain't enough time to be down. Bust a smile, cause it's yet another day that I'm allowed to
wake up.
Feeling blessed to be alive, man. Not long till we thriving. Take the time to remind yourself that it all starts inside yourself. Most.
Wake up feeling stuck every day, then you gotta realize that it's all in your mindset. Read about that meditation, you go get around to it, you just haven't had the time. Yeah, I bet. Best thing that you could invest in is you. Could have the results or could have the excuse. Only one life, so take care of what you choose. And I ain't preaching, I'm just telling you the truth. Wake up. So much more in this world that you can do. Wake up. Every little thing in this life that you're going through don't mean a thing. Wake up. You keep shining. You keep grinding.